Welcome back everyone to Planet Nomads. Sorry it's been a few days and probably a day later than I said it was going to be. Obviously I went home to Manchester, I said that in the last video, but I'm back and there's been an update. Now as you can probably tell, my base was down here last time and it's now up here, so another reason why it's took a little bit longer is I've had to kind of rebuild my base because during the update, I'm not too sure what happened, but if we go inside, something to do with the power. They well, it's kind of broke my save, ironically. There was an issue where connecting these power lines could corrupt a save file, and they fixed it. What happened was my generator just wouldn't generate power for anything, whether I built another one or not, so I guess it corrupted my save file. So unfortunately, I've had to start again. So that's another reason why it's taking a little bit longer. And just kind of thinking about it now, because I've literally just kind of had my face in the ground mining to get the resources for this quickly. The graphics don't look as sharp, so maybe it's reset my graphics settings. I'll have to check that for the next video. Anyway, so what have I done? What have we got that's different? Oh yeah, we have, I think, is it called a cryo bed or something like that? It's called, oh, we can turn it off. It's like a cryo bed or something, but this is instead of the escape pod, so I can sleep in this. The only thing I've noticed, and it was something that doesn't really give you any warning, when I connected it up to the generator and I had all these other things connected, it might help if I do this. So not everything is connected at the moment. A few bits and pieces are not, and the lights are on at the moment, so they're going to drain power. But this has a maximum output. So as soon as I connected that, once everything else was on the same circuit, everything just went dead until I disconnected it or just didn't connect everything back. So I guess I think what they need here really is some way of showing you, whether it's a visual display on the side, like a green bar that goes down, or whatever, something like that. I don't know. I'm just kind of putting it out there. It was also asked in the comments if I could give my opinion on the game, whether I would still buy it if I could go back to the day that I bought it based on what I know now. The simple answer to that at the moment is, well, yes, I would, because I'm quite enjoying it. But to give an honest answer, I think I need to do at least a few more episodes, because I generally don't play the game off camera. So I might do the odd bit like mining to get some resources and things like that, just so the videos are not too tedious with me mining and stuff. But basically what you see is pretty much what I've played so far, with the exception of what I've just done now. I did read though that, and this was in the update notes, that if you head north or south, there is different biomes. So obviously the higher north you go, I'm going to assume there's snow, and the more south you go to a point, the hotter it's going to get. So we might end up with some like desert sort of terrains. I've not gone that far yet. I have no clue how big the planet is. As like I say, I think I remember reading somewhere that there will be other planets, so I'm assuming you can take off. Not that that seems to be implemented in the game at the moment. There was some mention of, if we can get this in here, future things that they're working on, but they didn't really elaborate. I think they said they'll be talking about that soon, so that'll be quite cool. Did I make any plates? None there. We're gonna have to go and get some resources soon anyway, so can we make any? We can make 2. That's not a lot. We don't have any in here. What I'm going to do is drop some of this in my storage. I'll give it to that because I hate seeing those green lines everywhere. So we'll put you in here. We don't need you. Although, I could probably look at vehicles. Let's have a see. So I'm assuming I have to build this before it will allow me to actually build any other components for the vehicle. So we'll have a look at that. Interiors. We've got some railings, they'll be quite cool. There's a raised platform as well, which doesn't seem to be on this one. What are you? An inner wall? Ah, so you can actually build rooms. So there is lots of other things in here. Have we got this? What are you? A uranium generator. Ah. So there is other sources of power. What are you? To unlock this, build the cockpit. So I guess that's for the vehicle. So there is still a fair few things that I've not done. What's this? Conveyor block used to connect 2 or more active blocks to transport items between them. Aha! Now, forgive me because I haven't actually got the comments in front of me, but somebody mentioned that if I put my storage next to one of my crafting stations, that they will automatically load them in. I'm guessing they won't without this. A hover jack lifts vehicles into air, making it available for modifications. That's pretty cool. So there is there's quite a few things in here. Armor corner, I'm guessing that's for the vehicle as well. Fences. And bearing in mind, they're probably going to add a lot more of this stuff. Do I have no basic frames, and I don't have the resources, so I guess that's what we're going to do. Let me just grab these 2 plates first. The biggest annoyance for me, I suppose, with the game so far is the battery. Now, I get the suit battery, and as you can see on the bottom left, it drains as I'm doing this. But the one in the gun drains so quick, but I suppose if... Oh, this has not got any power. If I upgraded my suit or my gun, that would probably actually alleviate that issue. So, I'm moaning, but not necessarily with any real justification. So, I took some other advice about digging holes and not just to dig them anywhere because you can't fill them in. So, I've kind of dug into the side of the mountain because it's just straight, which is right below my base as well. And this is mainly, I think, 2 resources. Yeah, it's carbon and iron. I'm trying to think, there's one of them that I'm having trouble finding. Now, it does kind of appear in some of... See, this is the battery issue. Have I got any batteries? No. Actually, let's eat some food. There we go. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Some of the resources are harder to locate than others. Sometimes they're all together in the small surface rocks. You do tend to get more resources on the surface rocks, so where I'm getting like 1 or 2 now, it seems the surface rocks do give you more, but they're just harder to find. Although, interestingly, I think they're easier to locate at night, so we'll kind of go and test that theory in a second. I just want to get a few things. Oh, I should build some batteries instead of struggling like this. Let me just get this last piece. There we go. Oh, and there goes the save game. And that's the other thing, save game, even though, let's come into here, it is here, you can't actually save it in the survival mode. It auto saves on its own. I think the point of that is, if you're going into a dangerous situation, what's the first thing you're going to do? You're going to save the game. And that kind of takes away from the survival. So they've taken that away. The game will save when you exit, and it will auto save every so often as well, which I think is quite cool because I'm always tempted to get that sneaky saving. How many of these can we make? 9. Let's not make 2. Oh, no. Did I make... Let's get off here. Did I make some... Oh, I didn't make them. Never mind. Right, let me see if I can prove the point when it comes to rocks that you need. And I can't see any. That's just typical. They just tend to glow in the night. So that's why, although... Well, flashlight on so I can see a little bit better. I've got to be careful because I don't think the animals sleep. I mean, there's that one there. It's not glowing, like, immensely, but they tend to, just to me, they tend to stand out. I don't think the graphics are as high as they were before. In fact, I'm pretty sure they're not because my computer isn't working overtime. But there you go. Can you see, like, how bright that is? That will probably give me the other resource I was going on about. I'm trying to think what it was. You need it to make electronics. It's probably silicon. But we'll take this. And as you can see, we're getting more resources. Kind of. Is that all gone? Yeah. Per tick, or however you want to call it, per mining thing. And also, we now have this little reticle, so you can see where you're actually mining. This might have silicon in it. There we go. Because it's got kind of a black tint to it. It's a little bit harder to see. But it is there. So there we go. We've got some silicon. But that's the one I struggle finding the most. I've also noticed you can get sick depending on what food you eat as well. If you eat too much of certain foods, it does tell you when you're crafting it that certain things are not great for you if you eat them repetitively, which I suppose makes sense. If you eat pizza every day, he's not going to agree with you much. This is saying now how many of these nests as well. I think that was also explained in the comments. You've had a few days to tell me about things. I think, is that going to come for me or not? It's running away. So that purpley kind of thing there is a nest for the, well, it looks like a space elk. We'll call it a space elk. And there's a rock thrower. That reminds me a lot of the Rancors in Star Wars. That belongs to this. I'm not going to try and take anything from there. That shadow got across my helmet made me jump. Without a battery, because it takes a little bit of time. But you can get all sorts of materials from there. Literally everything from meat to minerals. So it's worthwhile. You are one of those little jumpy things that I can't kill, so we're going to ignore you. Another thing as well, when we talk about moving around, as you can see, this is an okay speed, but if you hold down the shift and run and do it, you go off like a complete rocket. I think it's brilliant. There we go. You are something I can mine. Please be silicon. Yes, this is the one that's the most annoying. So I can't get silicon from underneath my base. So every once in a while I have to come out and do this. We're okay for food at the moment. I think, what are you? Now that's another nest as well. I think that might be those bouncy things. Right, you can see this one here. This shouldn't have silicon. It's just got orange on it. So these lines, if you see black, watch it prove me wrong, but if you see black, that tends to contain silicon. Yeah, this is just going to be carbon and iron, I think. So I have learnt a few bits just kind of rebuilding this base, and based off some of the things that you guys have said as well. Let's see if we can find... Oh, you're a little bit spotted. What are you? Are you going to be silicon? Oh, carbon. Aha. And that's kind of got a... It's hard to see it. There you go. It's got this kind of... That might be the silicon. Could be the carbon. Perfect. I don't know if there is any other resources yet. Not that we've needed anything else. Although I've not tried to upgrade my suits. Now we know this. Is it the uranium power plant? So there must be other resources like that around. I guess it's getting the vehicle so we can move a little bit quicker. That will be one of the main things. They've also changed the icons in the bottom corner. So where we have the food and the water, I'm pretty sure the water was like a droplet. This area is quite good for resources. Your silicon, I think. Yeah, but now it's a cup of water, which makes sense. I kind of wish I had a beacon. Can I build? No, I don't think I can build one without the basic frames. And I don't have any frames on me, I don't think. No, that's a shame. I'll have to try and remember where this is, because there's lots of rocks just lingering around here full of resources. How far are we away? We're 310 meters. Let's make a run for it, because as you can see in the bottom left, my vital signs are at 52, which means I need to sleep. I might actually sleep in the base tonight, because I've not done that before. Although we might get some things building while we sleep. Batteries might be one of them. Let's go and shoot back here. Hey! Oh! Yeah, that wasn't good. There is a first aid thing you can build as well, I've noticed. Batteries, so we need some of those, but we haven't got any of the, is it the organic compound, is it called? Biomass. We haven't really got any of that at all. We can just make the one. I don't fancy... Oh, we need 3. Typical. Now you can, if you just tap once, you get the reticle. If you click once, or twice... Oh. Okay, prove me wrong. You can generally get the grass without putting holes in the ground. Or at least he was doing it earlier. Maybe it's different ones. Although I know there's resources here now. Or maybe it's the slightly taller ones. Maybe they're too small. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Let's get a couple more. It might just be easier to take the leaves from the trees, I guess. What are we going to get from you? Right, that's enough. We'll get those working away, and I guess... How can we make 2? We'll do you, and you need 1 each. Okay, we'll come back to that. We will also get some of the plates. I think 14... I think it's about 20 I need there. How many can I make? 26. Let's make 20. We'll do the you. I think we needed 2 frames. We'll craft you. Is it 2 frames for this? Yeah. And if this is done... It is. We will craft 2 batteries and we'll go and sleep. Because that will help when we come to mine. I do want to get the roof on here. Let's get in. I'm guessing it's space. It is. Interestingly, if your health, or sorry, your food or water drops below, I think it's 40, you automatically wake up as well. So you can't kind of die in your sleep. Can we kind of wake up now? You can, just push in E. Because it is daytime. And our health was at full. We do need to eat, so I think I'll probably do that. Let's eat some of you. Water we'll drink. We're going to need to eat something else. I think the superfood is the main thing you need. I should probably make that at some point. Put you in there, and we will reload. That's ready for when we go mining. Oh yeah, we were going to build number 6. I don't know if this needs to be built anywhere in particular. I don't want to build it inside, but we can remove it anyway, so let's just plonk it here, I think. Right, what do we need for you? Composite parts and mechanical parts. Well, composite parts require biomass. I don't really want to take these away, but is it... Oh, you want to get 3. Interesting. I can actually grow my own plants. I do have a greenhouse. So I'm just kind of being lazy. What I would like to see, though, is maybe a trickle effect from your suit battery. So I currently have a battery in my gun. It's got 54 left. But when I'm not using it, it'd be nice if it would trickle charge from your suit if you're not doing anything. I don't mean to the point that it takes it away completely, but if you watch, if I turn the flashlight on, the let me try this a different way. Inventory. You can see there's this slight line missing from here because the flashlight is using power, and when I turn that off, it'll go away. So just something similar to that. And I'm not saying it should charge exponentially, maybe like 1 power every 30 seconds or something like that. I just think that'd be pretty cool. We needed 2 of these, didn't we? Was it 2? I think it was. Or maybe 1 of those. I'm too busy talking and not concentrating. What did you need? Oh, it was 3. Oh, 3 and 4. My goodness. So there's quite a few of those. So we need another 1 of you. And another 3 of you. We haven't got quite enough. Let's do 2. And now we'll go get the other bits we need in a second. Can't we put some of these panels in? I'm pretty sure we have enough. As you can see there as well, you don't need to let the reticle go the whole way around for it to complete. Once it comes in, you can't go back and do any more with it, so a little bit of time saving there. I think we're almost there. Watch it, there'll always be 1 shot. How many have we got left? Ah, perfect. Completely weatherproof. Right, we needed some iron, I think it was, wasn't it? I really want to go travelling across the planet. That's probably going to be the next episode, more than likely, because it's probably going to take a time to get all the resources. I'm kind of worried that I'm going to dig through the side of the mountain, so I've got to be careful here. But let me reload. You can see the difference. So when you have a battery in here, you can literally keep your finger on, and it is much quicker. They are working on different things that these can do, so I'm guessing at some point you will be able to fill the holes in. I'm not too sure exactly how it's going to work, but you might have, I suppose you might have to pick up some normal dirt, much like here. I don't know. We'll see. I think in Subnautica you could do that with the terraforming tool. Not that I think that's a part of the game anymore. Alright, did we have anything being built in here? Let's double check. No. I'm hungry. Oh yeah, wasn't paying attention. And it was another 1 of you. Pick you up. Now, building that should unlock some other things. As soon as we have that, we should unlock some other bits. But we're probably going to need the jack, I would have thought, but who knows. I will make another floor on here. Once we got all the... That really irritates me. But once we've got all the internal walls, I will build a 2nd level. So, unlock cockpit, there you go. That just looks like suspension to me. So let's look for mobility. Okay. Do we have any, can we actually build any of that? Probably not. Does that need to, that will sit on there, so I just need some frames. That won't unlock anything until I build it, but is the cockpit suspension? Oh, it isn't suspension, it's just a jack. Ah, I see. Searchlights, suspension, so where are the walls? Full armor block. Build a cockpit, So these are the size of the vehicles. That is going to be pretty cool. I think what I'm going to need to do really is just build tons of, let me get rid of that, tons of components. It might be worth, I think we now have, will you be a utility maybe? A large, yeah, there we go. What's that, 4 frames? Although it looked like these frames, reinforced frames it is. Aha, what are you? Aluminium. Ooh. And titanium. Rare occurrence used in advanced blocks. So it's a rare material. And that's rare too. I wonder if we have to travel to get those. Interesting. So I'm going to have to probably build just some normal storage. Let's just do 2 of them. I can't remember what we need exactly. Let's go to view. What have we got in here? We've got some electronic parts in there. We've got some plating. Put you away. We are running a little bit low on food, so that's probably something we will have to do at some point. Let's get some. Did I put any of the biomass in there? Yeah. let's make some of these. So I need 2 of them for each one of these. Oh no, 1. Okay, so how many can we make? 6. Let's go for it. This planet has some really horrible weather. It does feel like we're in a tropical region. I really do want to explore. I will most likely, before the next episode, just craft as many of the things or mine as much of the materials needed to make a vehicle, and we will go off somewhere and have a look around. I think that'll be quite cool. Right, what have we got? I didn't need to build the plating really. We need blocks and where's the small storage? Compact container. Let's put you here. What number are you? 9. I'll just chuck you over here for the moment. Can we build 2 of you? No, because I didn't build enough frames because I'm an nincompoop. Build you. Perfect. Do I have any food in here? I have some fruitage. So we'll take you. We'll put you in here. Craft some fruitage. It's got no power. Let me disconnect this one. C. Take that off there. Let's connect this so I can see. Okay, so it doesn't really need ridiculous stuff. Does that give you any more power? Something to do with temperature. I don't see anything there just looking at those little icons. It's hard to point, but you can see those icons there with the food and things. There's nothing there to do with power. This one, 25 per second bullets and then 100. Is that so? Does which one is that one? Is that that's the Mark II? Okay. But that needs something that looks like a uranium rod. What is that? An ALM automatic. Oh, sorry, active laser medium. Yeah, there's some. Yeah, there is really some different resources in there. What have we got here? Jetpacks. We really are going to have a good scout of the planet. What do these high-level things take? That's probably titanium, and that's a rather silver-looking thing. That is quite cool. Did we made some fruitage? Do we need to eat? Probably. Number 3. There we go. Right, what was we making? We were making batteries, so I can leave those there. That will allow me to make 6. That is going to help fantastically when it comes to mining. It does seem really misty though. Now I have had a good explore. I've probably only gone about 500 meters away from this pod. But really I haven't seen anything kind of crazy yet. And I'm hoping that we can. I might just replace everything on here as vehicle stuff. Oh, we've already got that on there. Can I? Yeah, we can remove you. Just so I don't get confused as to what I'm doing. We might even be able to make the cockpit. Let's do some mining. I don't know if we have everything yet. So let's get some of this stuff. See if we can make what we need. See, oh man, the beauty of having batteries. Although it's about to run out. Actually, it seems to mine a little bit slower as well. Oh, frustrating. Come on, play nice. Right, let's do that. Let's have some more fruitage. I didn't mean to go into the inventory. Let's get that food thing up before it gets to night time and we can sleep. I'm going to sleep in the pod again, I think, tonight. I don't really see the point in having the stasis chamber. It's probably, in fact, unless you're building your base elsewhere, it's probably not even worth it. Right, so we were going to build a cockpit, so let's go to tab. What did we need? Right, we need 2 basic frames, that's the start. So, let's build those. Have some batteries, we'll take them there. Okay, we have got quite a bit of stuff. Carbon, okay, it must stack in 70s, that's fine. Silicon, we've got lots of carbon. Come out of here, and we're going to build number 1. So if I put this on top of here, can we rotate that around? Yeah. I don't know if we're going to need more than 1 jack, but not 100% sure how it works. Right, so we have the plating. We have glass as well, I think. Let's see what I put in this storage. We got some electronic parts. We got some glass. How does that help us? So we don't need glass. We need 3 more electronic parts. It was 4 composite as well, wasn't it? So look, can we do the electronic? 2, 3. Let's get some biomass. It doesn't matter where you hit the tree. I think the tree will collapse. Let's reload. What am I torturing myself? Oh, yep, there it goes. Timber. Some leaves off here. Right, I think, was it 4 of these? I'll chop that up later if it's still if it's still there. I think it was 4, wasn't it? Craft. Got you. Let's see, was it 4? Yes, and fabric. Let's do that. I think I can only do that in the other one anyway. Do we have what we need for it though? Not quite. Let's get 1 going. Maybe if we clear up this tree. I think that was enough, wasn't it? Yes. Actually, we'll come back for that. We'll grab the bits that are in here. Or should be. Oh, not quite. I think I'm probably going to drop some of this carbon though. Because it is taking up space. I will assume as well, when we upgrade our suit, that it will unlock some more of these spaces. You there, you there. In fact, you can rename them, but I wonder if I rename this carbon. Yeah, you see, it doesn't. If you hovered over and it showed up, that would be good. Yeah, never mind. Maybe that's a suggestion for the devs, that when you mouse over, it would say its name. That would be quite useful. Right, is that everything we need? It is getting dark now. Let's put the flashlight on. Oh, we've unlocked pretty much everything by the looks of it. Can we get in there? We can. Check that out. Let's change the view. Oh no, that is epic. I think the speedometer works as well. I think that was one of the updates that they did. Oh, this is going to be freaking cool. I can't wait. Alright, let's get back that view. What's the options? Nothing really other than getting. So what have we got? We got wheels. We don't need another cockpit. Suspension. Jack tool we don't need. I think there was some... Are you going to be basic? Full armor block. Building blocks of various shapes and sizes fit for vehicles and buildings. Okay. A ramp for this of vehicles as well. Fence. So I'm guessing that doesn't actually take much to make. We can make that. I was going to end the episode, but let's have a look. Let's make... I don't know why I did it that way. Old habits die hard. In fact, what have we got here? That's glass. Not too sure how this is going to work, because I'm assuming we're going to have to attach the wheels to this, right? Oh, it can come off the side, I see. So we could just attach wheels straight onto this. And we can put them underneath. I don't really know how high the suspension is, so let's just kind of toy around with this. It's probably not going to look pretty when we do it. How many of these did we make? Just, you know, quite enough. Suspension requires, in fact, it would probably help if we do this. Oh, and that's unlocked the other different shaped ones. Perfect. Got a nice moonrise in there as well. What does this need? Just a basic frame so far. Okay, let's chuck 2 of these on. I'm getting carried away with myself. 2 frames. I'll take 1 for the second. Oh, so we could actually, it doesn't need to be on that. So we could kind of put some kind of defensive structure, I suppose, around the wheels to stop things hitting them. Not that I think there's anything that's going to take your wheels out in this game, at least not yet. Okay, so what do wheels need? Basic frames as well. They all need basic frames. Mechanical parts, composite. Oh, we got loads of stuff to do. Can I actually chuck the wheels on there though? Can I do it without it being built? That's the question. I don't think I can. They are big wheels though. They could and probably will actually look better a little bit lower down. I think we'll tackle this more in the next episode. I'm just getting carried away with myself, aren't I? Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, please drop me a comment. But until next time, as always, take care.
Yo voy a cantar esta canción para mi gente.